Anthony Hartley here with another Boardman softball player profile. We're joined by Tori Strides, the jack of all trades. You can catch her in the circle, catch her in center field, catch her with a big bat at the plate, whatever you want out of a softball player. Tori's got it. Tori, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Thank you for having me.
So here you come into another year with Boardman softball. You're an upperclassman now, a little bit more leadership put on your shoulders. What's it been like to, go through another year and to be able to try to build on the past success that you've already had?
It's been good. I feel like I am showing the younger classmen how to represent Boardman and come up and fill in the footsteps of the seniors that will be leaving us, and how they have to step up and be the best they can be.
When you talk about the underclassmen, and there are a lot of young players that are making some big moves at the varsity level, despite having such a big senior class, and despite all the experience it is on that team, there are still some young players that are stepping through the varsity level. What kind of advice have you given them? Because obviously you went through that your freshman and sophomore year, being a big impact on the varsity team as well. So, what kind of things have you told the younger players that are doing the same thing you did just a couple of years ago?
I've, for example, we had to have Kate start catching for both of the Fitch games because Liv was sick. And I told her, I said, just be yourself, have the confidence you know you have, and catch like you're down on JV because it's just the same. We might be playing Fitch, they might be good, but like, you know your skills and you know what you can do. And same for Ellie. When she calls me off in the outfield, I tell her she has to go after the ball with confidence and not stop because sometimes she does that, but she knows her skill level, and I know she's good, and I know she can catch the balls. She just have to go after them with the confidence that she has.
When you reflect on yourself back then and now you look at yourself now, in what ways have you think you've grown the most over the last couple of years and now as an upperclassman?
I think I've grown by just keeping my emotions more in check than they used to be, and by trying to lead by example and show the younger classmen what to do and how to respect the coaches and the other players and give them advice like I got when I was a freshman and sophomore.
Yeah, you talk about the coaches that you have. You have a really good staff that's not just well respected by the players, but well respected in the area with Coach Moots leading it. What has this coaching staff meant to you, and what ways have they helped you grow over the years?
I know they believe in me from when I was a freshman. I knew they all had the confidence in me, and they let me be who I am, and they know that I can do it. But sometimes when I don't have a very good game, they're still hard on me, and when I even have a good game, they're hard on me, and it just helps me improve. And I know they might be like yelling and screaming, but it's not the way they're doing it. It's just the words they're telling us. Like, we can't take it by their tone of voice. We have to go by the words they're saying. And some people do, but you can't just get down on yourself because they're going to be hard coaches because they want us to be better than we already are.
Every time I cover Boardman and I'm talking to the other coaches to prepare for the broadcast, one of the things they always say, every coach that plays you guys, they just talk so highly of you. You are so well respected from the coaches around the area, and I'm sure there have been coaches from other teams that have told you that to your face. What's it mean to you to be one of the players that like people just know and respect from the way you play and the way that you play against them? What's that mean to you to be able to be so respected in the whole softball community?
It's honestly a great feeling. Like, I know coaches, there's other amazing players in this area, but just know that I'm one of the people that they're like scared of and have to worry about. It's a great feeling.
You've had a very supportive family over the years as well, and it runs deep. There's so many members of your family at all the softball events you play, whether it be a travel tournament or a high school softball in the spring. Let's talk about your family a little bit and what makes them so special to you, and some things that you think make it unique from other families that you have.
Um, they all played softball when they were younger. They're all deep, love passion. My aunt coaches at Fitch, so it's like a fun rival when I go there and play them. Like, she makes fun of me, and it's like whatever. And Julia, as you know, is playing down in Florida, having a great season, and she has the passion for it. And then my aunt coaches me in travel, and she played at why is you? And she has the passion. She yells at me, but like I know I can take it. And then my mom, she always pushes me to be better. Even when I got hit in the elbow by Sydney, she told me I had to go back in the game, and it might have hurt, but she's like, "We need you. You need to go back in." So it's like they have the love and passion, and they know that I can fight through injuries, pains, and everything to be out on the field.
When to expand on that with your travel and with your high school stuff, you've been able to make a lot of friends and a lot of deep connections in the softball world. What has that meant to you to be able to have friends that obviously don't wear the Boardman uniform, but you have such a deep connection with so many softball players, and you are really into the softball community, of course.
It's honestly great because you can also see the way they're succeeding in their high school seasons and see how they're succeeding to get to the next level, or even just to like play the game and see that they're getting better throughout the time.
Putting you on the spot a little bit, to shout out the best friend that doesn't wear a Boardman uniform right now.
Mm, previous, I would say probably Julie because that's my cousin, my ride or die, and now, mm, oh man, I gotta think. There's a lot.
You can name a couple. I'll make it easier for you. You can throw out a couple.
Uh, let's see. There's a few. Oh God, I don't know. I would say some close friends that I've made are probably Ayla Ray. We were talking while I was in center field, and she hit a double that I probably should have caught, but my vertical wasn't high enough. Sid, we were talking about how when she hit me in the elbow. Um, Chloe Stoops, who I play travel with, she's always a great person to have.
I knew you could pull a couple of names out of that hat. I believed in you. When you think of your favorite off the field memories with this team, we asked Maddie this too because this team is so tight knit and they have a lot of fun off the field. What are some of your favorite off the field memories with Boardman that you've been able to make so far?
A few of them come from our Florida trips. My freshman year, we ate all Dave Matz's kettle corn and left him a piece. Made him very angry. Staying with Maddie and Ellie in a Florida hotel room was very entertaining. They kept us entertained. And just all the memories we're going to make together, like toilet papering the seniors' houses before senior night. It's always a great time.
Poor Dave. When you think of, this is the last year you're not a senior. What's that kind of, is that like sunk in that you have one more year left and this year all these seniors are going to leave and then it's going to be your turn next year?
I'm trying not to think about it because I do lose my partner in crime, Maddie Weimer, my throwing partner since freshman year. And I'm just trying not to think about it, trying not to think that I'm going to be the next person up leading throughout, like, through next year. So,
There's for a lot of houses to toilet paper. This is a big senior class. What's it mean to be a part of a team with such a big senior class? How much does that help you guys?
um, it helps us a lot because our whole defense returns again next year, but we just lose two, which I know we have people that will step up and fill those roles for us. And we've all been so close and connected throughout the years that I feel like we're going to be better than we were this year next year.
Boardman is a big school, but they have a small school community. You are so well represented. You're so well, supported in the school system. What's that mean to you to know that the entire Boardman community always has your back, no matter what sport you're playing?
It's honestly special because we all gather around each other and have each other's back no matter what it is, no matter what we're up for or anything, but we all gather around and try to have each other's backs.
As a multiple sport athlete, what's it like for you to transition from one sport to the other?
It's kind of hard, like going from basketball into softball because it's two different types of conditioning. Like going from softball back to basketball, it's like you're not running as much as you are in basketball, and getting back into pitching shape is not the easiest. Not for not being able to do it every day.
When you think of your favorite feeling in sports, what do you think it is? Is it a home run, a big catch in the outfield, big strikeout, maybe a big shot in basketball? What's your favorite feeling?
I think it's whenever you make a big play that you know your team needed to get the momentum back, like a diving catch in the outfield or a home run to take the lead. Like it's just a great feeling, a strikeout to end the inning and get that momentum back.
Because you're a multiple sport athlete and you play so much and travel, you've also had the opportunity through your life to be coached by a lot of different people and hear from different coaching philosophies and different coaching mindsets. What's that been like for you to kind of gather information from a bunch of different people and to be able to be coached by so many different personalities?
It's great because you learn many different things from each of them, and that helps you just get better by learning. Not even if it's like skill level, but it's like mental and stuff. You learn more than you already knew from the previous coach that you had.
We know that junior year is also when the recruiting process really starts to heat up a little bit. What's that been like for you? Are you still thinking about college softball? Is that in your goal board? Are you still looking for coaches to come and let you be on their team?
Yeah, I'm in the process of talking to a few colleges, and it's been great. And I'm just hoping I get the opportunity to play at any school. And I don't care if it's D1, JUCO, D2, D3, NAIA. I just want the opportunity to play in college because any person that gets that opportunity is lucky.
When you were looking around and you're looking around at all these colleges and all these programs, what kind of things are things that catch your eye? What are you looking for? What are some things that would tell you that this could be your next home?
I just want a team that has like a great atmosphere. I don't care about winning or losing. Like I just want a team that's a great atmosphere, team bonding, and play well together.
Do you have a dream state that you would play in? Do you have like if you could pick a college at any state in the country, you'd go there?
I want to play in Florida.
Yeah, you want to follow Julie, right? Let's just go down to Florida, have some fun. When you think of college softball, obviously it's big right now, and I know you'll watch it because I know you're in the bracket pool at the end of the year. For college, who are some of the favorite teams to watch? Who are some of the teams you like to watch on TV and enjoy trying to emulate your game off of?
Almost everyone knows I'm a big Florida State fan. I love Florida State no matter what. But Oklahoma's also a fun team to watch because they always bring their bats every game and they always have good energy. And another big team I like to watch is Alabama.
How do you fall in the Florida State fandom? Is it a family thing or is it just you fell in love with their team, years back? How do you become a Knowles fan?
I fell in love with Catherine Sandercock. I loved her last name. I don't know why. We had a joke where we used to play like sand volleyball at my grandma's, and you had to be good enough to be on the Sandercock team, and it only consisted of 3 people.
When you think of if you had ever had the chance to meet her, obviously a great pitcher in her own right, playing professionally now. What kind of things would you ask her? What would you try to pick her brain about?
I would ask her what, like, how she got so good because she obviously was one of the best pitchers I think I've ever watched, other than Montana Fouts. But I just want to know, like, the determination and all the skills that it took for her to be that good.
All right, Tori, that's your role model in the national like softball world. But when you think real life role models that you spend every day with, or that you can really turn to in your times and needs, who are some of your role models in your normal day life?
I would have to go with my family. I would either go to my mom, my 2 aunts, or even Julie when I need like advice or something, and they all help me no matter what.
What is the best form of advice that you've ever gotten from any one of them? Like, if you had to pick one thing of advice that you've gotten that you think is the best advice you've gotten in your life, what do you think it is?
Just to believe in myself no matter what.
Tori, we are doing this with every softball player. We have to keep a tally. We have a tally going on softball X. So we have to get yours so we can include it into the tally.
Um, when the pants don't go over the knees, when you have knee-vage, it's just not it. Maddie Weimer has it almost all the time. The knee-vage.
Throwing Maddie right under that bus.
Yeah, I had to.
That ties us back up because Maddie broke the tie with the visors. Her visors not going
Oh,
over the ears. That was
oh,
hers.
because
So
she yells
now,
at me
so
because
now
my ears are
Nevage
too small. I got small ears, so when I cover them, it looks like I have no ears.
So now Nevage is back tied up. And for those of you keeping score at home, it's 4-4 those two. We have a couple of other icks that have a couple of other tallies, but those two are leading the way right now for those of you that care out there in the world. When you think of the things that you're going to miss the most about this senior class, I don't want you to get too emotional right before senior night, but talk about some of the things you're going to miss most about these seniors.
I'm just gonna miss like the great attitudes and the great bonds that I built with them over this past year. Some of them were on JV and like I didn't get to build that bond with them, but this past year I feel like we've all gotten really close. And me and Maddie Weimer have probably been the closest, so it's gonna be hard to see her leave. I know she'll come back next year because Ellie's still there.
All right, one of the things we also do with these player profiles is we give the player the chance to take the spotlight off themselves a little bit, shine on the people in their life. So wanted to give you the time to do that and send out all the things that you want to give.
I would just like to thank my family for always being there, supporting me. They watch when they can. I know Julie watches down in Florida when she can, when she doesn't have a game, when she doesn't have practice. My aunts support me no matter what, even though one of us might be rivals right now, but she supports me no matter what. And my mom, she's always there. My dad always showing up, even though he works midnights and works at the courts during the day and doesn't sleep much. He comes to my games to support me, and even my brothers, they both support me. They're big supports to me.
At least you're done playing your aunt for the rest of the season. You know, you can put that away and say,
For
hey, we can
now,
just
until
we
next
can
year.
until next year, you can root for each other, unless tournaments come up and you guys end up squaring off in tournaments, which would be fun. Tori, we want to thank you so much for the time. We appreciate it. Wish you the best of luck the rest of this year, and we can't wait to talk to you in real soon.
Thank you for having me.